From the loudest roar of celebrations to the Hello and welcome to Clog Sports, your ultimate and number one sports show in the nation. My name is Nanaya Asari, and as always, it's a pleasure to come on your phones, to come to your homes, to come on your screens to bring you the best in the world of sports. I'm here with my usual partners in sports, as I tend to call them. I'm talking about Isaac Oboku, the landlord of Ghana football, and champion Benito, the champion of champions. Guys, it's a beautiful afternoon.
Fantastic one by all standards.
Before we started the show, well, I heard some few comments about some people being called, some people not picking up and all that.
Yeah. For that one, it's true. No, you are fond of not picking up calls. So. It's not my. I don't blame you. It's the person that you are following. You will sell.
Benito.
Why?
How are you?
Yes, God is today.
Yeah, do you believe in second chances? Do you believe that everyone deserves second chances?
Oh, exactly. I do
so
believe
if
in
someone
that.
offends you and the person is sorry about it, what do you think?
Obviously, there should be a second chance.
Yeah,
but then on condition.
There should be a
It doesn't mean that because you've been pardoned or you know that you have a second chance, you will still be doing your
usual thing.
You see, so you've been pardoned. In fact, I'm sure on behalf of.
I was asking for someone else. But if I've been pardoned, then thank you very much. Okay, so on this note, we'll delve deep into the world of sports. We'll start with the GFA's partnership with BetPower and its significance. Just yesterday, we saw a colorful event organized by the GFA and BetPower. They're talking about a collaboration that they have together. I want to find out your thoughts on this particular one, Benito.
Yes, as usual, a very good afternoon to our cherished viewers, and then to our production team. We give them many thanks. Yes, with the issue of BetPower now being into partnership with the Ghana Football Association, in this case, their main responsibility of this partnership would be channeled to the Ghana Premier League. First of all, it's a good thing. And then this BetPower people, they aren't new or they aren't strangers in the Ghana Premier League. We've heard of them or we've known them within this particular enclave. But at this point in time, my question is that what happened with their sponsorship or being the headline sponsors of the Ghana Premier League? What happened to that abrupt termination of contract? After about a year or two, they now want to partner the Ghana Premier League or the Ghana Football Association. I really remember within that period, it was within the 2023-2024 season. Yeah. I was at the GFA Secretariat or the GFA conference room. And NY, truth be told, they signed for 3 years. That is to be the headline sponsor of the Premier League. Yeah. That was from 2023 up until 2026. But then after about a year and a half, no one knew what happened. No one knows what happened. And then probably it would only come from the corridors of the GF or the people that were present during that particular agreement, that they would be able to bring out the actual incident, why these situations happened. Yeah. But my question is that, why now they want to partner with the GFA or they want to be partners of the Ghana Premier League? It is believed that something you do not believe in, supposedly, let's say you sign 3 years contract with GFA to be the headline sponsor or the official sponsor of the Ghana Premier League. After a year and a half, you backed off. Now, it means that your interest of probably becoming the headline sponsor diminished or it died. This time, it is the same Ghana football, it is the same Ghana Premier League. Why then do you want to partner with the GFA? As I said earlier, it will be a good news because the moment you have a product and entities or corporate organizations shows interest in probably being with you or partnering your product, it tells us in marketing aspect that your product is gradually gaining recognition. Exactly. Yes, exactly. And probably those entities are loving how you are managing your product. But my question is, what happened to the diminished interest of the BetPower within that period because they couldn't exhaust that 3-year deal they signed with the GFA.
So clearly there was a breach.
Exactly.
And we didn't get the full details of
that is my
particular
problem.
resolution.
Yes.
But then now we just go on ahead and then we realize that they're coming to forge a new partnership.
That is
and
a
in
problem.
fact, what they are saying is they are coming to renew their strategic partnership with the Ghana Football Association and the Ghana Premier League. So now what it tells us is have they ironed out their differences? Have they come to a mutual agreement? Landlord, Bet Power and Ghana Premier League trying to sort of renew their strategic partnership. Benito mentioned and gave very good sightings that initially the relationship was good. And all of a sudden, there was an abrupt termination in the 2023-2024 season that ended just 2 seasons ago. That it was supposed to have been for 3 years. That is, it was supposed to have elapsed by the end of this particular year. How then should we take this strategic partnership or the renewal serious, considering the fact that nothing was brought today? Why the Bet Power partnership ended abruptly?
But that one was sponsorship.
The sponsorship.
Yes.
Nothing was brought today. So why is it that they now want to come back in? What's going on? If you've heard anything from the corridors of BetSpa, corridors of GFA as well.
Thank you very much. Let's greet our people watching us live on Clog TV and also on Facebook. We are always grateful coming their way to give them massive content. Nana, Bet Power, Ghana Premier League and GFA Buhala. Benito have said it all, Nana. In terms of marketing and procurement, we call something a long-term relationship and partnership. I don't know what happened Omokoya Omasaba. And what we are learning in school now, and I said, even in our lifestyle relationship, there will be ups and downs. But when you go and come back now, Benito said something, say, why are they in now? What has happened that they are in now? I'm sure that during time there was a whole lot of issues which was not helping the GFA, some of the clubs and those kind of things. But now I think that they've gone to do their homework very well. So one thing that I would say to cut everything short, say we need more details about this partnership. Say now Asida they gave us more insight about the partnership, sponsorship, almost 1 million Ghana cedis for each team, and everything is going to happen. So we just need insight about it very well, so that we'll get to know how it goes and everything is going to. So I think we need insight from the GFA and also the rep from there and the Bet Power to give us more insight, because the last time they came to sponsor the league, I think it was a little bit good, but then yet to the standard. They are now back. They've done their homework very well. So I think we need more insight and more education about this sponsorship.
Clearly, we need more insight and more education. But the thing is, they are ready to launch 11 a.m. on Friday. Yeah. And everyone will be trooping in the venue to actually go and witness. But this is something that we've seen before. That didn't yield the maximum fruits that was supposed to have yielded. What is going to be different this time around there for us to actually make sure that this partnership is going to see to the latter of its duration?
That is the major problem in this situation. Because, as you rightly said, there has not been any official communique as to what happened for that particular termination. And why? Truth is, it's been over 2 years now. Yanti Bet Power once in it's been over 2 years now. Yanti, we didn't hear anything from their corridors. For all to just hear or get to know that on Friday they are partnering the GFA. In fact, I wouldn't miss that opportunity. I would be there myself, and I will make sure that I would have the opportunity to ask relevant questions. Because our football can't be used as a dice. At any point in time, we just roll it to your favor. No.
Well, before we came into the studios, I don't know whether you've heard about this particular session, that once you are sponsoring, once you are playing a strategic role in government interest, which Ghana Football is part, then you tend to have some tax holidays. You tend to have some leeways when it comes to tax and all that. Is this the motivation behind it? Is that why BetPower is coming back to say that send the Edinburgh tax 100 cedis next year, Yemfama GFA 80 cedis, then we save 20 on it.
It could be one of their factors. We can't just substantiate, but from lay person's perspective, it could be one of their factors. The only important thing we gained from their sponsorship was that AstroTurf they did at Pram Pram. And it's one of a kind. It's a top notch. And so I still think and believe that there should be proper communication. It's one of those things that we lack as a country. Not from the football ecosystem. No. It's as though from all aspects of administration in Ghana, proper communication. If the thing is like this, just communicate, deliver the message to the public so that if there are doubts, there are perceptions and other negativities around, it will be cleared. That is all. So I'm just anticipating that within that period, that is on Friday, the GFA should come out clear. The BetPower officials should come out clear as to what happened for that previous termination and what triggered their new interest for them to just come into the picture again to partner with the Ghana Football Association. I am still waiting for Friday to get answers to these questions. Until that time, I still do not believe that they can do it to the later part, as in they can elapse probably the years they will be partnering the GFA. Since Mayebako, it didn't end as expected. So there is no guarantee of a proper end probably within this partnership.
Yeah, so this is clearly one to watch and clearly one to follow this particular partnership between the GFA and then BetPower, because we've seen it before and it didn't end such on a good note. And why are we now seeing it again? What is the reason behind the previous termination? We need to find insights to that. So if we have the communication team members of the GFA, of BetPower, they should actually bring something today so that, as they say, lack of communication always breeds assumptions. So once we have a lot of communication concerning this particular matter, then the whole lot of assumptions will be put to bed. And now let's turn to some extra good news for Accra Hearts of Oak fans. I'm sure Landlord will be smiling about this particular one because Accra Hearts of Oak today or yesterday, they were led, a group of investors from Qatar, some Qatari investors were led by Toby Afede to inspect the Pobiman Sports Complex, to inspect their building at the Braca, that's their clubhouse, and to inspect other facilities where, in the presence of the players as well. They were training at the Pobiman Sports Complex, and this happened. And it looks as though Accra Hearts of Oak are going to get a new injection of some cash to sort of cushion players' player welfare, which is of utmost importance for me. We should ask, and also boost the quality of Accra Hearts of Oak's operations. Landlord.
And I think it's a very great score. Yesterday I saw the pictures and some of the videos. It is good. Banana, I have one problem. These people come each and every year, but when they leave, I don't know what they do. I'm sure they leave something behind, but we don't see what they leave behind. So I think as time goes on, we need a proper pitch. I always say, Kumasi, Asante, Kotoko, and Accra Hearts of Oak, if they get their own pitch, when they are going to play their matches, and then so will not come and worry them, and then so come and give them a story. So Baba Yara and Accra Sports Stadium is no. They need a standard pitch. A pitch like the one is in Ayinyase where Karela play their league matches are. It's a good Ayinyase. It's a very good place for them if they get a proper term. I visited the Pobiman once, and when I was standing, I said, "Wow, it is massive." Good kudos to Toby and for the secretariat at Adabraka because it's close to me. Anytime I'm coming to work, I pass. There's a very nice building. Having a good secretariat building like this is a very good one, but all the same there, when these people bring camera, they should talk to them. We need a standard pitch. It will be very interesting or very exciting. Say, Hasufo, Kumasi, Asante Kotoko have their own standard pitch. Even when it is an international breaker, last time they have to pay and go and play over there, which is very, very good call for them. The people that we are looking, they have their own personal pitch. Their own personal standard pitch. We're talking about pitch and now we talk about standard pitch. Look at now, check from 3 years down the lane and check House of Folk way back. You could see that things have changed. Their training kits has changed. Everything has changed. At first, training is really bad, but from last 2 years up to now, you could see that things are changing. Gradual process, proper preparation prevents poor performance. So in the next 5 years, in the next 5 years to come, you could see the House of Folk and Kotoko are playing at their own standard pitch. So I think it's a very good call for them. International markets, so if they are having a partnership with these people, Qatar, they were having a partnership with Southampton and those kind of people. No shaka anyway, money. As time goes on, Barcelona do Real Madrid ne Omiana Akoso.
Benito, I don't know whether you share the same view or sentiment, whether this is going to cause any major change, I should say. Because we are talking about Accra Hearts of Oak. 13 years ago, that's when Togbe, the majority shareholder, was named board chairman or the club chairman. That's 13 years ago. Initially, when the club went public with its investment of over 2.5 million Ghana cedis, all these details are there. And 13 years ago, you should actually look at the magnitude of that particular money amount, and you realize that it's no mean feat. It's quite a lot. So it tells us that investment has never been a problem for Accra Hearts of Oak. But what do you think this particular move, the introduction of these Qatari investors, what do you think this is going to spell for Accra Hearts of Oak and then the coming season?
Yes, let me build my point from a particular angle and to answer your question. Landlord says something that this isn't the first time we've seen such thing within the corridors of Hearts of Oak, and it's the truth. I really remember, if my memory serves me right, it was around April 2022 where they had this collaboration with FC Cincinnati and TSG Hofina.
Yeah.
And I chanced on a particular piece, how that particular collaborations and partnership went. And it says that players transfer. The alliance will facilitate the movement of players between the clubs. That is, between Hearts of Oak, FC Cincinnati, and then TAG Ofina. So through that, we all know how Salim Adams had the opportunity to be at their training facilities in Okasubontin and other players.
Yeah.
The potential benefit says this collaboration provides opportunity for player development. 1, exposure. 2, potential career advancement for players. So these were the 3 key things they made mention of.
Yeah.
The question is, how did they maintain it? Salim Adams went to FC Cincinnati for like 6 months. Osama Bakruma. In Okasubontin, similar incident happened to him. So if you agreed on players' development, players' advancement, did it really happen? No. Players' exposure, it happened to a particular period.
So probably maybe we can say that players' exposure happened because they gave you the needed exposure for 6 months.
But then for 6 months.
Yes.
And if you want a player's exposure to be up there, to reach that apex, it isn't just 6 months. I do not know how the agreement was, but it's a piece from the agreement. Now, it brings me back to your question. That would it help Hearts of Oak? Yes. Most especially with the kind of investment. We all know how these Qatarians and then Saudi Arabians, they invest in institutions. But the problem is, with all these investment, not to talk of Togo Afede's investment, how is it reflecting properly or positively on this Hearts team? Jonas Ajeti, judgment debt, they should be paying a little over 1 million Ghana cedis to him. That has been the problem year in, year out. So imagine you live in a house which within every year you'll be investing. Yet there wouldn't be any proper or positivity or that projection or reflection you expect isn't happening. So you would get investors, agreed. It's one of the positive things from the marketing aspect you would get. But how to maintain? It's one thing. Secondly, how positive reflection or how positively it will reflect on that particular organization or product. It has been their problem. So I'm just wishing them well. How to maintain these people. I do not know their aim, but obviously they are in to invest.
I mean, they are investors, so definitely. They are going to invest. And we know
So,
Qatari people, or the Qatarians, are known for investment in.
They'll just pump
liquid
money into something.
Yes.
Yes. We just hope and believe that it wouldn't be like the Cincinnatis and the TAG of Inyam's due. That was why I made references from that particular dues. So let's see and wait how things will unfold.
All right, so let's see and wait how things unfold. Definitely, you also have to see and wait out for just a few minutes because we'll be right back after this short commercial break. Yes, and we are back here still on the nation's ultimate and #1 sports show. I'm here with champion Benito, the champion of champions, and Isaac Opoku, aka the landlord of Ghana football. We were just talking about the Bet Power partnership with GFA and how fruitful it's going to be. And we also talked about the new investors from Qatar being led by Togbia Fede to inspect Accra as a facilities, and we were looking at how that particular partnership or the Qatari investment, what it seems or it seeks to do. But we clearly mentioned that, or in summary of that particular one, we mentioned that it is definitely about it's definitely about the sustenance of the particular strategic partnership that both of them have. Now we are going a little bit into international sports, and then we'll talk about Thomas Partey, who was granted bail yesterday. I missed a report saying that he's almost about signing for Villarreal. He's been granted bail and conditional build, and he met all the conditions, and he was. I mean, Benito, yesterday we realized that the charges for Thomas Partey, because of maybe parental guidance and people watching us, and maybe we can't mention them, but it was about 5 counts of rape and then 1 of sexual assault. I don't want to go into details of the counts, but what do you make of this particular one?
Oh, thank you for this opportunity. In fact, do you know why I'm saying this? Going through these charges, I just felt one thing, that it can happen to any one of us. Going through those charges, it can happen to any one of us, and so I do not take it lightly. In fact, when Partey came to Ghana, I had the opportunity to meet him when he played his tournament around Kaswa. Psychologically, he didn't look like someone who is worried or moved by these situations. I do not know what was going through his mind. Yesterday, when he arrived at the Westminster Magistrate Court, as you saw the video on your screens, he doesn't look as though something is wrong with him. He's like the normal Thomas Partey you know. But the issue is that until he is being cleared, there's nothing we can do about it. I've read commentaries and pieces that this isn't about prayers. It's all about legalities. And it's all court. So the point is, did he really do those things? Is he a victim of those about 5 charges? Is it yes or no? That is the point now. But I'm just sensing one thing, that right after yesterday's hearing, for Thomas Partey to be granted a conditional bail, it means that there are some positivities around the story. Yes, because right after his appearance before the court, one of the ladies among those complainants just came on social media apologizing. And so if obi the nasema kokota found hona ya frona or pachawa, it shows glimpses of probably your innocence. But let's wait until September 5 for his reappearance. Before that time, I'm just wishing my brother very well.
Well, we were being told that it's money. I don't know whether it is the ladies or those behind it were trying to use that to lure money, the money luring scheme from Thomas Partey. And it may be as though he and the ladies involved had a mutual agreement or understanding, or they were in some sort of a relationship. But now that they are no more, they are trying to see whether as much money that they can get from him, because this has been the 3rd or 4th time that this particular issue is your thoughts. Thomas Partey, bill conditions is that he's not allowed to contact any of the women involved.